Hello students, in today's video I am going to discuss the topic of integration from NCERT book class 12th, and today's topic is integration by substitution. So what do we mean by integration by substitution? So this particular concept I will be discussing with the help of few questions. First question is here, we have to evaluate integration 2x into sine x square plus 1 dx. So integration by substitution means here we have to consider some term. With the help of that term we will eliminate the other term. Suppose students, I am considering here this x square plus 1 equal to t. So on its differentiation it will give us 2x dx equal to dt. So utilizing this particular data here, this will become sine t and this 2x dx will become dt. So we know the integration of sine t, that is minus cosine t, and it is indefinite integration, so arbitrary constant, or we may say it constant of integration. It is constant of integration. We will add it here. Ultimately it is minus cosine and t was substituted for x square plus 1. So it is minus cosine x square plus 1 plus c. So this is the answer of our first question. After that students, there is another question which I want to discuss here. So in this second question we have to evaluate this particular integration, sine of tan inverse x upon 1 plus x square with respect to x. So here what will be our substitution? Our substitution will be tan inverse x equal to t. So its differentiation is 1 upon 1 plus x square dx and equals to dt. So it would be integration of sine this tan inverse x is t, and this dx upon 1 plus x square is what? Dx upon 1 plus x square is dt. So it would be like sine t dt. Ultimately its integration is minus cosine t plus constant of integration, or it is minus cosine and t was equal to tan inverse x. So minus cosine tan inverse x plus constant of integration. So students, this was another question in the series of integration by substitution. Sometimes students, we know there are some formula of integration. Suppose this is a formula which I am talking about, integration tan x dx. Sometimes it might be useful, but we must know how to evaluate this particular integration. So here as well we can incorporate the concept of integration by substitution. Integration by substitution. How? Students, we know integration tan x dx can be written as integration sin x upon cosine x dx. So what will be our substitution here? I can consider let cosine x equal to t. So its differentiation is minus sin x dx is dt, or sin x dx is minus dt. So it will be integration, this sin x dx is minus dt and this cosine x is t. Ultimately minus dt upon t, or it is minus log mod t plus c, or it is minus log mod t is cosine x. So that is minus log mod cosine x plus c, or we may also write it like log of mod of secant x plus c. So this integration of tan x dx, either it is equal to minus log mod cosine x plus c, or it is integration of 10x dx is log mod secant x plus c. Both are the valid formula here. Now students, thereafter the integration of 10x dx, I am going to discuss the concept, actually the formula of integration cot x dx. So that is our next formula. Integration of cot x dx, we want to evaluate it. How? As we know, this integration cot x can be written as cosine x upon sin x and here dx in multiplication. So what is our consideration here? Our substitution here is consider sin x equal to t and its differentiation is cosine x dx equal to dt. So that is what? Integration cosine x dx is dt and upon sin x is t. So we will integrate it. As we know, it is log mod t plus constant of integration, or it is log mod t is sin x, okay, log mod sin x plus c, and that is the value of integration cot x integration. Let me write it again. It is integration of cot x dx. So this is our next formula. After that students, one more formula I would like to discuss, that is what is the integration of secant x dx. Okay, so how to write it? Students, I can write it like integration of secant x and I can multiply with one term, that is secant x plus 10x, and I can divide by the same term, that is secant x plus 10x and of dx. So what is our substitution here? That substitution is let secant x plus 10x is equal to t. So if we will, this I have substituted by t. If we will differentiate this term, we will be getting secant x 10x and plus secant square x dx is dt. So students, we can write it integration. Now you see, this secant x into secant x is secant square x and secant x into 10x is secant x 10x, ultimately this term, and into dx. So this whole term multiplied with dx is nothing else but dt. So it is dt upon t. So again, integration dt upon t is log mod t, or it is and plus constant of integration, or it is log mod t is what? T is secant x plus 10x plus constant of integration. So students, what is the formula, final formula here? That integration of secant x dx is log of mod of secant x plus 10 of x plus constant of integration. So that is the next formula which we have discussed via integration by substitution. Thereafter, one more formula we will develop with the help of integration by substitution, that is integration of cosecant x dx. So students, how to deal with this particular formula? So what we can do here, we can just multiply and divide by one term, it is cosecant x as it is. So I will multiply here with cosecant x plus cot x upon dividing by the same term, cosecant x plus cot x dx. So what is our consideration here? Our consideration is this denominator equal to t. So that is cosecant x plus cot x is equal to t. So we will differentiate it, that is minus cosecant x into cot x dx and minus cosecant x square x dx is equal to dt, or we may write it minus sign outside, I mean to say common, that is minus cosecant x cot x plus cosecant square x dx is common equal to dt. Ultimately it is We may also write it like cosecant x and into cosecant x plus cot x dx equal to minus dt. That's it. So students, this particular numerator, this whole numerator is actually equal to minus dt. So that is what I am replacing here, minus dt and upon t. Or we may write it integration minus integration of dt upon t, or it is minus log of mod t plus c. So that is actually minus log of mod t is what? Mod t is actually our consideration cosecant x plus cot x and plus c. We may little bit more modify it like minus log. I can do one more thing here, that is cosecant x plus cot x. I can just multiply by cosecant x minus cot x and divide by the same term, cosecant x minus cot x and plus c. So it is minus log of, that is cosecant square x minus cot square x upon cosecant x minus cot x and plus c. Or finally it may be written like log of modulus of cosecant x minus cot x plus c. So that is actually equal to integration of cosecant x dx. So students, in this particular video I have discussed a variety of integration with the help of integration by substitution. I hope you will find this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video.